AFTV are lead not only is a horrible result, now they're starting to pour down with rain to make things even worse. It does about sum up the day. I mean, it was kind of a bit humiliating out there, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I've got to say, like, you know, when it comes to the Emirates, they said we're going to compete and everything like that. You know, well, we didn't compete today in all areas. You know,
We're not competing full stop, are we? With the real top teams. Let's face it.
You've got to be honest, Robbie. We're a million miles from that. You know, the reality is, not one of our players would get into their team. Right, not get into that team, and they had three players missing today, and not one of our players would get into that team. Not one. I'd argue, and none of them. None of them are good enough to get into that team, and they're not even the best team in the country. All right, so that's where we are at the moment. And you see, the board are surely watching and looking at that.
Are they?
Well,
when you say the board,
listen,
you know, I was wondering to myself if some of the board will be watching that, yes, but do the guys that really matter, the guys that make the decisions right at the top, the ones who have the money and the ones who make the ultimate decisions, are they watching?
No.
That's what I have to wonder to myself.
No, and obviously they don't care neither. You know what I mean? Like that is the truth of the fact. The fact of the matter is, this club needs investment. I'm not saying it needs chucking millions and millions at it, but it needs proper investment. It needs someone to come in that properly wants to run it properly. Someone that cares about it. You know, people keep going on about us fans being upset and all that. Like 95, £105 they were charging for tickets today. So what's defending like that, Robbie? You know, the Arsenal fans deserve better than the defending that I'm watching here. It's championship level at best. You know, like could have been in fact a goal in front in the first minute, and then the defending for the first goal is embarrassing, and then the second goal you've got players. People are saying about how good De Bruyne was. Yeah, was he good today? I don't know. I'll tell you why I don't know, because he had all the freedom of the park. No one was on him.
You looked at it, right? I think at one stage, they had like about 4 players on yellow cards. We had none. And that summed it up for me. You know what I mean? Like, when somebody was trying to like go through their midfield, and if they thought that he was getting, they'd take him out.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly right. Look at Aubameyang today. Like, if I was him today, listen, he didn't have a good game. We know that. But every time the ball come near him, he's being pushed, jollied, and everything like that. And then he watches De Bruyne get the ball, and he's got the whole space of the Emirates. He had the whole pitch of the Emirates and Highbury included together, and no one got near him. So, you know, and you must be thinking, well, where comes? And it's not because that he's a great player. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player, but he ain't great. But if you're going to give him all that space, then he's going to be a great player. You know, it was unbelievable. And then, not only by that, I look at Sterling, who didn't move too much, and looked around, and there wasn't no one on him. Where was our players today? Where was the passion and drive to stop these players? You know, I look at it today also, I've got to say that Walker was taking fucking liberties with Martinelli, kicking him and everything like that, and we just allowed that to happen. No one going up to him and putting any tackles into him. 18-year-old kid who was giving him a few problems, what's he do? I'll put one on him and do this and do that, and they just allow it to happen. You know, the whole club is piss poor from start to finish, from the top to the bottom. Now, it's rudderless. You know, people saying about, you know, we've got to get a manager in now. Right, if you're a good manager of any sort here, right, I want to come in here as manager. I'll need 200 million to sort out this defence. I need him to go. Well, we can't do that. We'll give you 10 million. You know what I mean? Who are you going to get? Yeah, no one wants to come here, like, you know what I mean? It's seriously the board and who's ever in charge of this club, because we don't really know who's calling the shots, whether it's Josh or it's Stan, whoever is calling the shots, has got to do a job and get in a manager that's going to take us forward. Because at the moment we're dropping. We're dropping, and it's going to.
Who would you like to see come in?
Well, do you know what? I've said it all along already, Rodgers, but he's gone now, like, because obviously, like, you know, Leicester offered him a better deal, right? So, you know, so I'm going to say this now, as hard as it is, there's 2 people for me, like, you know, that's Pochettino, all right, or Allegri, and they've got to come in there. Now, if Allegri is the one that's coming in and he's turning round and saying, "Oh, I don't want to come until in the summer." Right, you know, you've got to force the issue, Robbie. Say to him, right, well, you know, we give you an extra bonus of £2 million to do this and do that. Or Pochettino saying, I tell you, I haven't had a Christmas for 5 years, I'll have one and then I'll come. You know what I mean? What is going on? You make them come now and you say to them, look, you get us into the Champions League with 7 points of it or 10 points, you get a £4 million bonus or something. Not 40p, which is what they're going to do here, like, you know what I mean? This is what's happening, Robbie. It ain't funny when I look at all the money that Arsenal, for all the money that we've all pumped in.
Like you said, £85, £90 for a ticket today.
Yeah, not just done it today. That's against any of the top teams that come here. You know what I mean? People were paying £85 to see all they're paying today. They're paying £85 to see Man City having a training session and us running around doing nothing. That's what it's cost. But it ain't just today, Robbie. This has been going on for 10, 13 years of Arsenal fans, right? And this is what gets me about people having to go about Arsenal fans, right? 13 years of Arsenal fans paying out top money, and what are we getting in return? A team that ain't good enough to get into the top 6, 7 at this moment in time. Top 10 here. Someone just said top 10. Is that fair? And we can't have a moan or a groan. Now, come on. People on this board, whoever it is now, it's time to get off your arse and start doing things for us fans. Because I tell you what, we might have a moan and a groan, but we do not deserve what we're getting at this moment in time. We don't deserve it. Not one Arsenal fan deserves what I've seen out of there. The defending is atrocious. It's been going on week in, month out. Nothing improving it. Freddie ain't going to improve that. You know, Arsene Wenger couldn't improve it. Emery couldn't improve it. You know what I mean? So I don't know who's going to improve. Someone's got to, but it's going to take money. I said a year ago. Who?
I just said God.
Well, I don't know if he's a gooner these days. I tell you, like, you know what I mean? But so, all jokes aside, I said a year ago. Go back to the game against Liverpool when we lost 5-1. I said none of those back fours good enough. And a year later, they're all there. Barker Shelney. That's what's happened in a year. They get rid of them all. Every single one of them is not good enough. Until they do that and then get the proper manager in, and look, Robbie, how long is it going to go on before they do that? You know, is that fair? Get it sorted out, get it done, and then we can start to enjoy ourselves, because we're certainly not enjoying it at the moment. Have a nice Christmas, by the way.